And a good afternoon to you, Ted Langdell. We are live here in the main exhibit hall of the Yuba-Sutter Fair, and we are talking with Dave Dillabo. Dave Dillabo.
There you go.
Boo. Yes, just say boo. That's what you want to do. Just say boo. And Dave has been the Yuba-Sutter Fair manager for a little while here. How long have you been the manager, Dave?
Since 2018, so we're working on about four years or so. 5 years, yeah.
Uh-huh. And what have you learned in that 5-year period of time?
Well, I've been in the fair management business for 17 years, and it's a constant learning about lots of small things about putting big events on, and every year is a learning experience with new vendors and new carnivals, and getting everybody used to the new environment at a fairgrounds, because all fairgrounds run just a little bit differently. So it's always a new experience every year putting on the fair.
So before you got to the Yuba-Sutter Fair as the fair CEO or general manager, what was it that you ended up doing? What brought you here?
Well, I grew up in Gridley, so I'm pretty local. I grew up in an agricultural-based family, raised in livestock, and I was involved in 4-H and FFA since I was 9 years old. Of course, has a huge segment. That's the big segment of a county fair is the 4-H, FFA, livestock projects, and that's where my first interest, grew from, and evolved from that, and has just kind of continued to attract me to be involved in the fair industry. And I wouldn't be here today as a fair manager if the things that I learned from being involved in 4-H, FFA, got me to where I am today. And I want to make sure that the same opportunities are available for our youth today. And it's pretty awesome to see when you walk out to the livestock barns, and we have over 500 exhibitors, which is the biggest show we've had since I've been here, participating in the livestock projects and exhibiting their animals. And again, they're getting them really cool opportunities that give them really important life skills that you may not be able to get reading a book or get out of a classroom, but they're ones that you understand the real importance of life skills in terms of being responsible. And it's a huge responsibility raising an animal and knowing how to care for it. And you're ultimately very responsible for providing great care and a product that someone's going to go to the auction and purchase and actually consume.
So people are probably thinking and wondering about what it is that's going on behind us here. This is something that's new. It's a traveling exhibit. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that and how people can come to take a look.
Yeah, we're really excited. This is, like you said, a national traveling tribute called Remembering Our Fallen. It's based from back east, and this is one of the first times it's come out to the West Coast. I believe it'll be located at 3 fairgrounds in California this year. We're fortunate to be one of those 3. It really coincides really well with our theme this year, American Flair at our county fair. But this tribute, again, is a tribute to remember those who have fallen in the War of Terror. And it's not just a wall with names. There's pictures and a lot of specifics about each person who paid the ultimate price for our nation. And whether or not you have family members who have served or who have not served, I think this is a really neat exhibit, one that you can come and pay tribute to and really honor those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country.
How did you end up finding this exhibit, and what allowed it to come here? Is there a cost, or how does that?
Yeah, there was. Well, first of all, just searching through a lot of the fair attractions that are available for the fairs to bring in for the county fairs, and I saw this one and had never heard of it. I had never seen it. But upon finding it, stumbling across it, got on the phone and spoke to the organizers and the producers of it, And after just 30 seconds of talking to them about it, it was a no-brainer that we wanted it to come to the Yuba-Sutter Fair. Again, I think it's a huge importance and a really cool way to pay tribute and honor those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. And it's something that yes, there was a cost to it, but again, I think the benefit for our community certainly outweighs any type of cost that it would cost to bring this here to our community. And the fair staff, the board of directors are certainly big supporters of this, and we really wanted to make sure that it was something that we could bring to the fairgrounds and allow our community to see it for the full 4 days of the fair.
Now, the fair is going to start tomorrow. It opens to the public at 2 o'clock.
12
o'clock.
Yep.
There's a T in there somewhere. That's probably what tripped me up here. I think we've all been kind of trying to get a lot going on here. Us doing the live streaming part of what we're trying to do for the fair this year. If you remember what Comcast or what Bi-Cities Cable or the various cable companies in between used to do, they would bring out equipment and they would do the pageants. So you had what was then just the Miss Yuba-Sutter pageant, and then I think Ron Hedeke, who had been at Cable Channel 5 and then moved on to be the fair manager over here and then down to be the fair manager in Watsonville, used to, I think, expanded some of that so that we had more pageants going on. And maybe you can tell us a little bit about what people will see. We're working on getting a connection.
Right.
Michael called me about half an hour ago and said he and his wife had some inkling that maybe they shouldn't be going camping at Little Grass Valley this weekend.
Maybe sticking around for fair and helping out a little bit. Cool.
He's going to come down this afternoon, and he and I will be running an Ethernet cable over to where it needs to go, so we'll figure out how to coordinate that after we get done with lunch here. But tell us a little bit about what's going to be going on at the fair. Obviously, tomorrow is a big day. You have Wear American Flair and Pay No Fare, so tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, again, kind of coincides with our theme of American Flair at our county fair. But hey, tomorrow we have a really cool promotion. We actually have two really neat promotions tomorrow. One is Thrifty Thursday, which is pay $5 for admission. But if you do come to the fair and you're wearing some American Flair, some red, white, and blue of any type, you're going to get in for free. And I hope that after the end of Thursday, our admissions income is zero, because I want to see our entire fairgrounds full of red, white, and blue, and the people celebrating just how great our country is and appreciating all we have to appreciate about it. But we have a lot of great things, a lot of new things that we're bringing to the fair. And again, there's something here for everyone. Not everybody comes for the livestock. Not everybody comes for the carnival. We have exhibits in the buildings, whether they're food, clothing, arts and crafts, photography, things that are made by our own community members. Again, it's really cool to see them bring those and exhibit them. Of course, we have a lot of great livestock exhibits, from small animals to rabbits, chickens, turkeys. Of course, we have the large animals of the cattle, the hogs, the sheep, and the goats.
And we're going to be doing a number of live streams from down in the ag area.
Yep.
So we want people to know that there's more, as you were saying, there's more to the fair. And I was looking at a number of things. If you go to the Yuba-Sutter Fair website, which is ysfair.com, and we'll put that up on the screen just to help reinforce that. If you go to ysfair.com, you can go through the different sections and see a lot of the different exhibits and different things that people have done. There's photography, as you I think had mentioned. Yep. There's a bunch of vocational kinds of things that people in FFA or in some of the industrial classes, 4-H, and non-affiliated, that is just general people, were able to put together and have fair entries. Do you have any idea how many of these non-livestock types of entries you have?
We normally have anywhere between 2,000 to 3,000 of those types of entries, and the vocational projects that you just mentioned, in terms of like welding, plumbing, electrical, those are exhibits that we just brought in here the last couple of years. And again, something that goes back to real life skills and understanding the importance that as a young child you can learn how to weld, you can learn to be a great plumber, electrician, and those are things that in terms of our society. Those are jobs that are needed, and there's not enough of them. And so, again, those are opportunities that they're learning in high school, and able to bring them to the fair and exhibit them, get some recognition for that, and hopefully that kind of gives them a little bit of incentive to push forward towards that career if that's something that really interests them.
So, your experience as a fair manager, what have you been able to do that was different than what had been done in years past? And of course you had the wonderful experience of going through a pandemic.
Yeah, it's been a interesting 4.5 years since I've gotten here. We've gone through, every year we've served as an emergency center for a disaster, whether it was fire, floods, or heat. We've served as an emergency center. We've gone through a pandemic. And it's been, challenging. And again, you talked about, some of the things that we've learned, and certainly those are learning experiences that we all go through. But we come out of it better. And, I think the most important thing is that you learn that we aren't just a fairground. We're not just an annual fair for 4 days. We're here 364 days out of the year, and we're here for our community, or even outlying communities that need our help in times of need. I was, fortunate to come into a position that prior management and prior board of directors and the current board of directors, had done a really excellent job. We've continued to, strive towards efforts to try to bring more improvements to the fairgrounds. And I think if you come onto the fairgrounds and you see it, hopefully you're going to appreciate and see some of the finer details in terms of some of the improvements that the maintenance staff has done and continue to do. We continue to strive to make this the community's fair, and we want the community to be proud of their fairgrounds. So we continue to work very hard to make sure that this fairgrounds is something that they are proud of, and they want to come and visit. And when they're visiting others, say, hey, this is our fairgrounds, and they're proud of it. And it's Yuba-Sutter, and we want to make sure it's something that's on the map, and something that people can really appreciate and really like when they come here and enjoy it.
So let's run down a little bit of the stuff that's going on all week long. I'm going to be doing live reports from various places around the fair, kind of trying to find what else is there that people don't necessarily know about, and so that includes things like the oh gosh, there's a whole laundry list of stuff as you go through the exhibit buildings. And one of the things that I wanted to point out is the fact that right here in the air-conditioned main exhibit hall, it's 81 degrees. If you are looking for relief from heat, like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, get your appendages and the rest of you and your kids over here on Thursday, because you won't have to pay to get in if you are wearing something red, white, blue. Could be blue jeans, it could be a white shirt and a red,
could be sunglasses, could be a hat,
scarf and a blue shirt or something like that.
Right.
So,
yep.
But at 7 o'clock on Thursday, that's tomorrow, we're going to have the Miss Yuba-Sutter, followed by the Miss Teen Yuba-Sutter pageants, and then something dear to your heart, which is the Supreme Livestock Champion selection. And that's going to happen from down in the livestock area.
Yep.
We're going to be attempting to do a live stream from there, so you'll be able to watch two different things. What will happen during that champion livestock selection?
Well, again, it's just kind of I would say, a special event that we've tried to single out and give a little bit more recognition to those exhibitors who did make it to the champion drive, and make it an actual event. So there's a lot of people there. The kids can see that. It makes them really proud to be able to make it to that final drive. And you can be able to see the selection of the Supreme and Reserve Supreme, and the third overall market animals of each species. And again, you know, I've talked about it a little bit already, but there's so many great benefits from raising livestock, but the commitment that we haven't spoken of. You know, this isn't just the last 60 days that these kids have been raising these animals. Some, you know, in terms of the cattle kids, they've been raising these for over a year. They have a tremendous amount of commitment, dedication, hours of hard work. All while learning a lot of really great you know, benefits of life skills. This event that we've done for the Supreme Champion Selection just kind of brings this to, I would say, to a new level, and really brings some more recognition to the event, but more so to the exhibitors. Because why? Because they've earned it.
So as we walk around the fairgrounds, we're going to be doing live reports, as I said, but then also on oops, that's our Lunch with Langdell schedule. Anyway, so we'll also have the Mini Miss pageant. That's going to happen 7 o'clock on Friday, the 24th. But then there are also things that are going on Saturday, and that's kind of, again, the big thing for you in terms of livestock and that kind of thing. Tell us a little bit about what happens at 9 o'clock on Saturday, the 25th.
Yeah, so on Saturday morning we have the junior livestock auction, which is you know, which is where the kids are going to market all of their animals that they've sold or that they've exhibited, and they have the opportunity to sell them. So, you know, last year we had a record-breaking sale. I think it grossed us a little over $1.4 million. Wow. That was for 340 exhibitors. So that was a tremendous sale, record-breaking all time. You know, this year we have over 500 exhibitors at the fair, so we're going to have a larger sale. And again, this is an opportunity for a lot of the local businesses and individuals who want to come out and support the kids to be able to buy an animal. You know, and really right now, in terms of, you know, the shortages of food supplies and stuff, it's a really great opportunity to come out and buy an animal, support a really great cause, and go home with, you know, some really great, you know, fresh products that you can actually utilize for yourself. Or you have a lot of businesses who actually give those to their employees for, you know, Thanksgiving or Christmas, and a nice little bonus for their employees. But, you know, that'll go from about 9 o'clock and normally gets over around, you know, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Really, again, a really cool event, and you know, that's kind of the payoff for the kids for all the work that they've done with their animal projects.
Let's take a look here at. Let's take a look here at something that we've been working on, and the animals that you see here will be featured in some longer form presentations that we are working on. We'll get back to editing those and working on that today and tomorrow, and we'll be presenting them throughout the rest of the run of the fair, and having them pop up as special things.
There's an American flair at our county fair, the Yuba-Sutter Fair, Thursday, June 23rd through Sunday, June 26th. See locally raised livestock and the care given them by their young owners. Then buy some of the best sheep, pigs, goats, and beef beginning at 9 a.m. Saturday, June 25th. It's all at the Yuba-Sutter Fair with an American flair at our county fair, noon Thursday, June 23rd through 10 p.m. Sunday, June 26th. Get details at ysfair.com.
that and produces that event.
You know, actually, I think when we came out of our commercial, I didn't have the audio up, so my apologies to anybody that didn't hear what we said. If you're a lip reader, thank you very much. My apologies again. We've had several people watching, and we appreciate that. Again, we are talking with Dave Dillabo from the Yuba-Sutter Fair. We were talking about some of the events that are happening in the grandstand. So you've got the mud bogs, you've got a tractor pull you were just talking about.
Yep. So on Thursday we start out the first night of the fair with a 4x4 truck and tractor pull in the grandstands. You know, it's always a crowd favorite. If you like to see the tractors and the local men and women pull that big sled with their pickup trucks. That starts at 7 o'clock on Thursday. Friday night we follow that up with a mud bog, and new this year is UTV racing. So that'll be something exciting if you like to see them Polaris Rangers out there and other types of Rangers and mules doing some fun in terms of doing some racing out there. And then we follow that up on a Saturday night with a tough truck racing. Again, something really cool. And we've added a new venue to that tough truck racing event, which is RV Derby. So I'm not sure if you've ever seen an RV Derby. It doesn't last very long because them RVs don't have a whole lot of strength, and once they hit, they blow apart in about 300 or 400 pieces. But it's an event that you're going to see a lot of RV derbies out there, or RVs being hit with one another, and pretty exciting show to watch. And then we follow that up on Sunday with a El Dia Hispano, which is a Hispanic music concert on Sunday. So all four events are currently available at a really big discounted price. That actually ends tonight at 12 midnight. You can come into the fair office and buy them, or you can just stay at home and buy them right off your phone or your computer online at thatysfair.com. But again, that discount, and they're big discounts, I want to say $10 to $15 to $20 discounted per ticket, are available up to midnight tonight.
So if you want to see, let me get rid of that title there. I am not Dave Dillabo, I am Ted Langdell, and you're watching Yuba-Sutter.live. And we are live. This is live streaming. That's the point of the whole thing with Yuba-Sutter.live. Anyway, if you want to see things going smash, smash, crash, crash, this is the place to do it, ranging from small things to big things. Do you know what the biggest RV is? Is it 20 feet, 30 feet?
I don't know the sizes of the RVs. All I do know is that they, at the end of the night, there won't be one that's standing. And they're going to be. We have a 40-yard dumpster coming in to fill that, and we'll probably be lucky if we can fit it all into one dumpster. So it's an all-night cleanup because on Sunday we have the concert. So after that event, we spend all night getting that thing cleaned up. So we're in preparation for the concert the next morning. But you know what? It's worth it because it is a lot of fun to watch, and it's something that I think our community, young and old, are really going to like it and appreciate it, and hopefully we can bring it back again next year.
So tell us a little bit about the concert again on Sunday. This is a Spanish language concert. How did that come about? Because that's not necessarily been something that the fair has focused on in the past.
Well, of course, we want something here for our entire community, and I would say we have a very multi-diverse community here in the Yuba-Sutter area, and it's something that we're able to bring in that attracts a large portion of our community, and something that I think that is very important to make sure that we're very representative in terms of the events and the attractions that we bring to the annual fair. So again, bringing in some really great highlighted, very popular acts for that concert. I think there's going to be a multiple of 4 or 5 different bands that they have coming in, a lot of dancing, and hopefully just a lot of fun for the entire community to go out and enjoy, and be fun.
Cool. Ted Langdell, we are talking with Dave Dillabo, who is the manager or CEO of the Yuba-Sutter Fair. Has obviously, with the cowboy hat,
has a bit of a livestock focus, and there is a lot of livestock activity going on. If somebody wanted to see some of what's going on this afternoon, what could they do, and what is going on down in the livestock arena area?
Yeah, so I mean, today is Wednesday, and so the fair is not officially open yet. But from the general perspective of public, they're able to come in and watch those shows. It doesn't cost a dime to come in and watch those. They exhibit all those animals are on exhibit during the fair, but the majority of those shows do take place prior to the actual fair opening. Now tomorrow, on Thursday, the first day of the fair, we will have the goats and the steer show happening. So, and then of course tomorrow night we'll have the Supreme Champion Drive that we'd spoken about a little bit earlier. That'll be happening at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So there's still a lot of livestock shows happening, but a lot of them have taken place prior to the show just because of time constraints and trying to make sure that those kids have time to be able to get them exhibited, prepared, and get the animals showed. And then they have all their awards still, displayed for everybody to see. And I think, again, it's something that really incentivizes the kids when they're able to get some really neat awards and present those to them, either display them on their pins or present them at the award ceremony.
Again, cool. So there's a lot of stuff that happens in the 3 or 4 days prior to the fair beginning that relates to livestock. And today, as you said, they've been exhibiting the animals for judging purposes.
Right. Yep.
And so the supreme animal is going to be selected from a group of the ones that have been judged already? Is that how that works?
So they'll have the champions of each of the 4-H and FFA divisions come together for an overall champion between the 4-H, FFA, and grade exhibitors. And again, something that is really kind of a really neat event that'll be taking place tomorrow night on top of that.
Great. And as you can see from here in the exhibit hall, there's the Remembering Our Fallen exhibit to take a look at, which has all kinds of people and pictures to be seen relating to the folks who participated in Desert Storm and in Afghanistan and elsewhere. It's quite an exhibit here. I haven't had a chance to wander around. I might do that here in the next few minutes.
Yeah.
But a key thing to remember, here, why don't you hold that up and tell people what the temperature is, up a little bit higher.
Cool 81 degrees in here right now.
This is the main exhibit hall, and the other exhibit halls are also air conditioned. This is swamp coolers still, isn't it?
Yeah, and we actually will be upgrading this by next year's fair. I think in December that project will be completed. So next year it's going to be probably closer to 70 degrees in here. But I guess if you walk outside and you come in here, it still feels very comfortable. And this is kind of why we wanted to bring this particular display inside, particularly for the public to be able to enjoy and not be in the heat of the day to be able to look at it. But again, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention a few things. And you talked about it a little bit ago about 3 or 4 days prior to getting things set up and the livestock animals coming in. But literally the last 3 or 4 weeks have been really, really busy in terms of preparing for fair. And there's a lot of people behind the scenes, even yourself, Ted, who have come in, and we've done a lot of work behind the scenes. People that a lot of the public won't actually even see. They're whether they're cleaning restrooms, setting up for events, tearing down from events, fixing something. I have an excellent staff and a really big group of volunteers that we couldn't do this without them. And it's very fortunate to have the people that we do have helping. And sometimes it's a very thankless job. And we are very, very fortunate to be able to have the group of people that we do have working for us, as well as the group of volunteers that are helping us. Yeah. And of course, this is a community event, and it has a tremendous amount of cost and expense to it to put it on. And we have a tremendous amount of support from our community through sponsorship, through partners who either donate money, or they donate time, they donate services, they donate equipment. It's every day we have somebody coming forward or helping us with a need that we have. That's either hopefully saving us money, or being able to donate a tractor, a disc, whatever it might be. And those are things that again, we talked about this being the community fair, And it truly is, because it takes the entire community to put this thing on.
Yeah. Part of the community, I've noticed the Say Love folks are here.
Yep.
Jeff from Stevens Farmhouse, he's here, and I've noticed a number of people. I think I saw, anyway, I think I saw quite a few other people that I know that are part of Say Love that are running
Yep.
around. But
Yep.
then, as you've mentioned, you've got FFA and 4-H and other organizations that are helping to
Right.
to
Yeah.
make this thing
Yeah. And
happen.
you bring up Say Love, and Say Love came in for the first time last year to do to pick up garbage, and I'll tell you what, in the last 4.5 years, last year was the best time I'd ever seen. As you walk through the fairgrounds, you never saw a full garbage can. You very seldomly saw garbage on the table or on the ground. They just did an excellent job, and we're, again, very fortunate to be able to have Jeff Stevens and Say Love in our community. It's not just a fair that you see their name pop up. It's every week you see them doing something for our community, whether they're out there on the long side of the street picking up garbage or helping another organization like us. But, and again, there's lots of other nonprofits that participate in the fair, whether it's through providing services or selling food. The Kiwanis Club is here selling their hamburgers. They've done that for, I couldn't tell you when, but it's probably been 25, 30 years. It's kind of an annual tradition to see the Kiwanis Club on that corner selling their hamburgers.
Yeah.
And again, that's a really cool opportunity. And again, that's what fair is about. It provides opportunities for our nonprofits to be able to generate some income, utilize that for, whether it is providing to other groups for scholarships or funding for other community events or community benefits. So again, the fair is here for everybody, and there's something that's going to attract people or benefit our community in many different types of ways.
So one of the things that we had talked about in terms of entertainment is you've got a lot of crash bang stuff going on in the grandstands,
Yep.
but the main stage has, and several other stages around here. There's a beer garden stage. There's a number of others. You've got local musicians that are not. They're local. They were locally grown, but they're out in Nashville. They're running around the fair circuit. They're doing a whole bunch of stuff.
Yep.
Kaylee Starr comes to mind. She's
Yep.
going to be appearing. When is Kaylee? I saw her.
I believe on
name.
Saturday, I believe. Friday or
She's
Saturday.
3:30. She'll be doing the main stage 3:30 on Friday.
There we go. Yep.
And I know also Friday we've got the Nathan Owens Band.
Mm-hmm.
They used to play here in the 70s. I remember them as the Jades. And they played here last year. I know
Yes.
my friend Tony Cox came up and did MC for them for their 3 shows.
Yep.
So there's a lot of different music to come and enjoy, and it's shaded. Over the years, the fair has created some shading spaces, so you've got the ability to park yourself and
Yep.
have a
Enjoy it.
nice
Yep.
clean patch of grass. And
Yep.
Be
There's
cool.
lots of different music out there. We have the main stage, we have the beer garden stage, and of course we have the community stage where you're going to see more magicians and hypnotists, and of course the pageant taking place. But back to the music, I think it's really cool to be able to bring in some local musicians and bands that either have made it and are moving up and they're escalating in terms of their career. And also we offer opportunities for local bands and musicians who are still trying to get there and starting up. And again, it's a really cool opportunity for them to have that exposure, and hopefully it kind of helps their career and moves them up. And of course, we also have the outside bands that are that would be new to our community to be able to see, and something different that they may not have seen. We have Chad Bushnell. I believe he grew up, in the Northern California area, who's definitely escalated in his career. We have American Mile, who they're from down in Southern California. I had the pleasure to be able to watch that entertainment at a recent fair convention, and was really, really impressed with their music and the quality. They're new this year to the fair, and we're looking forward to really having them do some really great entertainment for the people.
so here in the main exhibit hall, not just remembering our fallen, but if you look back the other direction, you'll get a chance to see, well, for example, right here, if you want a Bible, there's a place to get free Bibles. I can't make out what's behind me, but I wouldn't be surprised if you could find somebody selling tomatoes somewhere on the fairgrounds. I don't know. We do have tomatoes here, so, or our area has tomatoes. Hopefully you can find some. You can also find a variety of prize-winning agricultural food kinds of exhibits, things that people have cooked, and of course there's fair food.
Yep,
So
you got jams, jellies, pies, cookies. Boy, if you can bake it, it's in that building, and there's lots of blue ribbons on them.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool, and they
Cool.
all come from the Yuba-Sutter area.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to being able to do some live reports at various times for the run of the fair, and we're looking forward to the pageants and some of the other livestock stuff. Again, Lunch with Langdell, we've been talking with Dave Dillabo, the Yuba-Sutter Fair manager and CEO. Coming up next Wednesday, we're going to be talking about Independence Day stuff, because the Wednesday the 29th is just before the the 4th of July weekend, which actually 4th of July is on Monday. Independence Day, people. That's what it is. And so you'll be able to take a look at Lunch with Langdell, and we'll have some surprises for you. Then on Wednesday, July 6th, Carrie Hauk is coming to talk to us about what's going on with the Peach Fest going on the weekend of the 16th. So a lot of different stuff going on Lunch with Langdell, and we hope that you'll join us for that. But do make it a point to come out here to the Yuba-Sutter Fair. We are right now in the main exhibit hall, and this is where you can see this big exhibit of the people who have been serving in the more recent Middle Eastern conflicts that the United States has been involved in. And if you want more information about the fair itself, there's places you can go. One of them is ysfair.com, and you will be able to get a schedule like this one, but you don't have to. This one here, yes, it's on 4 pages. You can take a look at it. All kinds of information there about what's happening with the Yuba-Sutter Fair. So again, reminding people that Thursday is free. That's F-R-E-E. Wear American Flair. I mean, wear American Flair, yes, like red, white, and blue. If you wear red, white, and blue, you can get in for free. And that's all attendees. It doesn't matter how old you are. So trundle grandma in, and she will be happy to be able to see that. And then we have the Miss Yuba-Sutter and the Miss Teen Yuba-Sutter pageant. That's on Thursday. We have also concurrently with that the Supreme Champion Livestock selection, and then we have the Mini Miss pageant coming up. And as Dave pointed out, there are other things going on. Friday we've got mud bogs and cool stuff happening there. On Saturday, the Junior Livestock Auction will be doing some streaming from there beginning a little bit before 9 o'clock, and then the Sale of Champions at noon. And are there any online abilities for people to bid during those auctions?
There's not an online opportunity, but you can go online and do an add-on form. So if you're not interested in actually purchasing an entire animal, you can actually go online. There's an add-on form, and you can just do an add-on for a particular exhibitor or for all of the exhibitors if you just want to help support as a general fund support for all the kids.
Okay, and I meant to ask about that earlier. Let's see if I can get rid of some of these graphics here. We can see your face full screen. There we go. And so people can cooperatively buy an animal. I think that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you. So you don't have to, pay X whatever the, I don't know, what's a beef going for these days?
Well, they sell them by the pound, and most of these cattle weigh anywhere between 1,100 to 1,400 pounds. I think last year's average price was, I want to say between $4 and $5 a pound. That's for the beef. The hogs will average somewhere around $10 to $15 per pound, and they weigh, around 230 pounds. So again, there's certainly an investment when purchasing these animals, but again, a great cause, and certainly money worth spending to help our youth. These are again kids in our youth from the Yuba-Sutter area only, and going back to help support and incentivize them to do this project again, because again, they're learning so many really great life skills, being responsible, and they're not on their phones playing video games and not learning a lot of bad habits. They're learning some really great habits that are going to really influence the future and help them become successful in terms of their careers.
Dave, thanks a bunch. We appreciate being able to spend a little time talking with you about a variety of things. I know that the parents who've been involved in raising agricultural related children have quite an investment, because some of the places that we've had a chance to visit today or in the last week or so,
Right.
they've had to make quite an investment. I mean, you think if you want to raise some sheep, there are certain things you need to do in order to protect the sheep. There are certain things you got to do to keep the hogs comfortable and alive, especially in our hot weather. There's a variety of other things. So a learning experience for the parents too, I think.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And it's an investment in their youth, and I can't think of a better way to invest the money into the youth of our area.
Great. I'm Ted Langdell, and you have been watching Lunch with Langdell live from the main exhibit hall of the Yuba-Sutter Fair here at the fairgrounds. And we will be bringing you more cool stuff from the fair. That's what the fair looks like from the air. There's an aerial picture that we've got up right now. And we hope that you'll join us right here for the Yuba-Sutter Fair. It opens tomorrow at noon, and if you wear something that is red, white, and blue, you can get in at no cost. So come and watch Lunch with Langdell next Wednesday, when we'll be doing some red, white, and blue stuff with Independence Day, helping you get ready for a free concert that's happening in downtown Yuba City. We anticipate we will be live streaming that on the 4th of July. And then, of course, we have Independence Day fireworks coming to you live streamed from Riverfront Park. That's Beckworth Riverfront Park in Marysville. Anyway, Lunch with Langdell is a presentation of Yuba-Sutter.live. We hope you'll join us next week, next Wednesday, right around.